Hi guys, and welcome back to part 3 of Blood and Wine, where we have just beaten a bunch of people at Gwent, and I think we're about to beat another few people at Gwent, but I think before we do that, so you guys don't, you know, fall asleep on Gwent. I know what I can get like, so, oh, sorry girl, sorry guys, we're going to meet Henrietta.
Need to speak to the duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Always. Would Geralt actually say that, though? I mean, Geralt's pretty straightforward, isn't he? I don't know. In the end, we kind of won. Virtue kind of won for us. Yeah, we're gonna give them their dreams.
Yeah. Virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way.
Why was there a woman crying in the background?
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a shaelmaar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw a spectacle of the sort at the arena in Nunwood. There, a knight defeated a shaelmaar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shaelmaar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a witcher has a real chance against a healthy shaelmaar. And that's not even every witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd, plain irresponsible.
Maybe I can fight it. I'll probably have to jump in and save everyone.
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
And death, apparently. Also death by bells.
Let's go.
Oh dear. He's going to die.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it.
Don't do that!
We have to help him.
Oh dear, that's the wrong one.
Alas, politely, the beast weaved its powder. The boots are all, and knocked it
Oh my god.
and down came the Witcher in one mighty bound. It is right to the beast, its plans confound. The fate of the beast has been paid by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds.
Oh, that doesn't actually work. He's completely immune at that point. Except when it's on its back.
Time was true, then 12 danced and spun.
What the?
Monster that flew.
Can I actually earn it? I wonder if that's...
Like a bow who leaps at the lance.
Oh dear. Oh my god!
Shaelmaar that is foul.
Is he dead? Is he completely dead?
Wherein lies trusting, he has breathed his
No! He died!
Frenchy Witcher, fight bravely unto death.
Oh no!
The Shaelmaar lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
No, you guys are horrible. This is like bullfighting.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikemen, see to the beast.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Well, at least he's not dead. That's good. Although, it's kind of weird when the guy goes, he has breathed his last breath. Also the fact that he just stood on top of the shell and was like, I'm going to wait for you to kill me now.
Your Grace. Shaelmaars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmaar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, We would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Okay, but you're still crazy.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Poor Shaelmaar.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
So yes, crazy.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings.
Yeah, so, the Viscount Julian, that's Dandelion, who she, as I explained before, exiled from Toussaint after rescinding the death sentence that Geralt then had to save him from regardless.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I don't know, I kind of did insinuate that because it's true. Because you're not witchers. Like, I can't even be mad at them. They're not witchers. Of course their investigation's going to be worse than mine. They don't have cat eyes.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not always. It is the obvious answer. Of course not always. We need to eat. We need crowns to bring food at the table or at whatever inn we're at. Someone's.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But, Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
He does not seem happy about the fact that I've just been given a vineyard. I think he might have wanted the vineyard. But we don't like Damien, because Damien doesn't know anything about witchers, because witches are amazing people. Most of them. Geralt is, anyway. Let's see. First victim, what do we know?
How did it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Why would they be posed on their knees? What would they gain from that? Discredit him? But then he would have to have a compromising position to begin with.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
That's still weird, though. Why would a vampire do that? In bedclothes with a pillow? Don't get it.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
So they all kind of looked ridiculous and were just maybe things that describe their new personalities, like how this guy went with the trade. But we don't know enough about the other guys, though.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if they...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
So, each of the positions, they took everything that was done to these people. I bet it was the anti to any, like, 3 of those virtues, right? I mean, generosity, that's the coin thing. Right? I mean, I don't know what the sleepy thing was. Honor, perhaps? Because he looked pretty ridiculous, I guess.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Okay. Not sure that helps me with my investigation. Maybe the beast hates the Lady of the Lake?
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunts shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
He's killing off the team?
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
We need to go and save him. He's going to die. He's going to get murdered by a beast in a bunny costume.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Oh. She actually seemed very, intelligent there. Huh. Oh dear.
Your Grace!
And she goes back to crazy. Geralt's face!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Hey! Silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
He was not having the best day of his life. Oh!
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
The Duchess wears no dress.
Clear the way, I said!
Is this a joke on the Emperor's new clothes?
Is this part of the game?
Oh god.
It's here!
Oh,
Just
oh,
round the
okay.
corner.
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being
Okay,
held.
no,
The
we're still going this way.
participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Okay. How do we do that?
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Okay, golden fish? What?
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
For a minute there, I thought maybe they had an actual unicorn, but of course, that'd be a little weird.
I do encourage you to try it.
Time is of the essence.
If one were to call a state courageous or coward, what other part of the state would one have in mind, if not that which fights and goes to war on the state's behalf?
No one would ever think of any other.
For the state is courageous in virtue
Nothing
of a
to see
portion
here.
of itself,
Move along.
which preserves the instilled opinion about the nature of things to be feared and not to be feared, in pleasure or in pain, under the influence of desire or fear.
Yet how might we relate this to knights?
When Her Grace the Duchess knights a man, she does so to cause him gracefully to follow the laws of the state and of knighthood, and to do so with a conviction as to what is to be feared and not to be feared, and allow nothing to obscure this conviction. Not pleasure, not pain, not desire, not dread.
Was there a point to that conversation? I have to wonder. I am wondering out loud right now.
Yes, a face no ointment could help.
Okay. Let's catch this unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Why would we not wait? Why would we not just use Axie here? What? Use your witcher senses to find a treat for the I don't want a treat! I want to Axie him!
Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too.
What else do we have?
An outrage!
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale.
Oh, they're mad because I took their carrots. Well, thanks for the carrots, yo. Oh, I have to walk slowly, apparently. Oh, dear lord. Here, unicorn. Unicorn.
What would you say to a delicious crunchy
That's definitely
carrot?
faster.
Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Oh, really? Can I use... Yes,
Go,
I can.
go. Raven fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
What is this?
What the blazes?
Did someone just dive in the water?
Yes?
Is that not counter to the rules? Do you think I don't know? What a scoundrel!
But my, is he manly?
My, is he manly? Oh dear. So, is it this one? Are there multiple? I swear there's multiple. Oh, that's candy. That's a toffee. Delicious regardless. That's also candy. Oh my god. There's a lot of candy in this place. Oh, I guess that's the one. Rude.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
No!
What?
What?
Stretch.
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
Geralt doesn't care. He doesn't care. Bye, crying lady. I have a place to be. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. Geralt's such a bastard. He doesn't even apologize or anything. He just kind of does it. Where'd my horse go? There's my horse. Come, horse. Alright. Straight up it is.
Will I pay you peanuts as well?
That wasn't too hard, was it?
Who'd have thought? No buts.
No buts.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. Or shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with head of hard cheese. Palace pantry. Would that be someplace cramped? A groan hollowed out with ease, and like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. I don't get it. What does mine say? The palace pantry? Maybe? Hollowed out with ease.
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No, the hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
That is really clever. That is really clever.
Wait here.
He killed him!
What the butch?
What was that?
Come on, let's get him.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Every time when people do it in games, it's like, oh yeah, I killed like a bunch of people, but so did you! As if it makes it okay for them to then kill innocent people as well. What? Plus, Geralt doesn't try to kill innocent people. He does. He's literally going after innocent people.
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Death. What?
Let you kill again.
No, I blocked! No! Oh, I messed up my block there. It's pretty hard too. No, not closer. You can't really block him back either. No! Can't even do that, now I have to do a lot. Whoa! Can I not kill him? No, but okay, apparently I'm not allowed to kill him at all.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend. Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Regis! I hoped he would be back! He's back! Okay, I'm gonna tell you real quick who Regis is. Okay, because, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I'm gonna calm down and I'm gonna tell you real quick. Okay, so, Geralt, on his search for Ciri, he banded up with a bunch of people. One of them was Regis, and he met Regis in a graveyard where he was just sitting around making moonshine, making his own alcohol, and they all got drunk together because Geralt at that point was already traveling with Dandelion and with Milva as well. Not Angoulême yet. I think Cahir as well, and they were all just sitting there getting drunk, and Regis was awesome. And then Regis, at one point when they got to an army camp with a bunch of refugees, and there was this one woman, and she was accused of being a witch, right? And Geralt and his friends were trying to save her because she wasn't a witch, obviously. She had mental disability. So they were trying to save her. And everyone was just like, no, we're gonna kill the witch. And there was this awful, awful priest who said we should kill her because she has cats and she eats her cats. And then they challenged them, right? They said to Geralt, okay, if you can put your hand in the fire and grab this, I think it was something metal, this object out of the fire without burning, then it means that the gods want her to survive. So, Regis goes, calm down, I got this. And he goes to the fire, he just casually picks up the metal thing, and he's like, here you go, you want to hold it? She goes to her, he's like, you want to hold this? And the priest just backs off, and they free the girl. He's such a badass. They didn't actually know that he was a vampire yet, by the way. Though Geralt did have suspicions at that point. And then later, Geralt and Dandelion are caught by a bunch of Temerian soldiers who are now fighting for Sintra, and they hate Geralt, they hate him so much. Or at least, I think it was Visigard or something that it was called. He really hates him. And so then again, Regis comes to their rescue. He goes to the camp, he sneaks in like his vampire Batwing self, and he puts the guards to sleep because he's a super powerful vampire. He puts them to sleep, and he frees Dandelion and Geralt. He says, you guys be on your way, I'll just flutter off afterwards. And I mean, at that point, Geralt knows, obviously. And then they continue traveling together with Regis as a vampire. Like, they know at that point, but they don't care because he's amazing, and he doesn't actually drink blood anymore. I'm not sure if they're gonna explain this, but he doesn't drink blood. He was flying drunk on blood at one point. because he was addicted to drinking blood. And then he crash landed in the village and they completely destroyed him. They put stakes in his heart and his head, and they used holy water and they buried him. And at that point, he had to regenerate for 50 years. And he had enough time to realize that, well, maybe he shouldn't drink blood anymore. Maybe that's not such a good idea. He should just stop. So he actually stopped drinking blood entirely. He is a vegetarian vampire. So yeah, he's pretty amazing. She just eats regular soup and all that. And then after that all happened, you know, they travel along looking for Ciri. Regis helps Geralt find the druids that also help him along in finding out more about Ciri. Helps him find Avalach, who tells him more about helping Ciri again. And then eventually, because I try not to talk about it too long, eventually they come to Stigga Castle, and that is where Ciri is. And they all fight. They fight a mighty battle to try and free Ciri, try and kill her captors. And in the end, it's Geralt, it's Yennefer, and eventually Regis versus Vilgefortz, who is the big bad guy of the books, basically. He is pure evil. And Regis attacks him, and he fights well. He gets a few good hits in, and he actually saves Geralt and Yennefer's life again. But Vilgefortz is a super powerful sorcerer, so he uses a spell and he turns Regis into a statue and then melts him completely. He is nothing anymore. Nothing. And Vilgefortz laughs about it. See if he regenerates from this. He's real happy about it. But he was wrong, because here's Regis. Bam! So there you go. I mean, I know the games are not canon, but I like to see Regis back. I'm happy to see Regis back because I love Regis. He is so amazing. So there we go. We'll finish this conversation now. Oh.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help from the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Okay. Killer I'm hunting seems you know. And what brings you back after all these years? I actually am more interested in Regis. What brings him back?
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlaf. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaf is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry, I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here, at least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlaf is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Okay. Oh yeah, you should probably know this as well. Vampires in the Witch world, they don't drink blood to survive. It's more like alcohol for them. Not a must. Okay, what good reason could he possibly have?
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaf, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Huh. Why did he do that? Why did he kill the monster?
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders it so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him. Immensely.
I'm upset too. He killed my friends.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Alright, let's find him.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Poor Milton. Right, this was a super long episode. I'm so sorry, but I was so excited about, meeting Regis. Also, I think, I can't say this obviously, I have to replay it for that. I think if I get killed, Regis intervenes to stop the vampire, right? Dettlaff. But if I kill Dettlaff, I think he would also intervene and stop me. And you'd get a different cutscene. We'll find out on the next playthrough. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next part.
It's lost its jewels.
Somebody stole the testicles off a statue.
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made using a cast of the great Reginald's own genitals. Certified and authenticated.